been, you know, kind of wanting a sense of security and happiness and all that stuff. In a building that's, you know, technically a lot of students live there, so it's, you know, I'm glad to be there. I was really relieved. I was afraid. I didn't know where to go. I had to hurry up and move from Florida. I was in Florida for 2.5 years, but my mom, dad, and aunt passed away, even though I was living with my mom and aunt. My dad had lived with his second wife for many years, you know. So I had to take whatever I could get. You know, I was afraid of even being approved because of how bad my situation became. So I worry about all the normal things, like where can I move to where I can feel a little bit, you know, less worried. I don't really have people who I can move in with, and you know, and I don't really, because my situation's so bad, I don't really trust the idea of finding a roommate and not knowing who that person is, you know what I mean? So anyway, you know, I love my apartment. I don't love living in a building where you have a concierge and staff and you sort of have to dodge people and there's too many people. So I'm more of an independent person. Hoping to eventually get into a more private situation as opposed, it's, you know, I go back and forth, but anyway, I'd like to rebuild life again since I've rebuilt it a million times because of my situation. Medevac, a helicopter over by Jefferson University Hospital, a block over. They have one, and sort of off my right shoulder into the back is where the medevac would be, or the helipad. And I read yesterday that a guy, they said one of the guys in a helicopter crash in Mississippi, all they said was he was from Philadelphia. This is on YouTube, not local news. And it took me a hot minute to realize that there's a Philadelphia, Mississippi. So at first I was like, there's no local news about this guy. That's odd. They probably would have if he were actually from Philadelphia, PA. So I forget that there's, you know, there's like several other Philadelphias out there. This way is okay. And was it Philadelphia, Mississippi? I think there's a Philadelphia, Ohio also. I know there's a Delaware, Ohio. Because I grew up in Delaware. And every once in a while it would come up that, oh, there's a Delaware as a city in Ohio. feel that great this morning. Not yesterday and this morning. I got a little bit of a headache. And get moving and just saw on the news there was a fire in Houston at an office building. So I checked it out because I have friends in Houston. And it was like a Metro City Bank and some sort of law firm building. So it was a pretty, serious fire there. Very often in Philadelphia, since my experience started in 2011, so I don't feel like explaining it all, but it was really bad. But ever since then, it could appear as if an entire cast of people come to the streets who resemble people in your life, and it's like they're supposed to walk by you whether you have a camera or not, and sort of remind you of hold on. Family members or people you know and stuff like that. Wow, a lot of wind down here at 11. But very often from 2011 through 2018, and these